Hey, what's up, y'all? I know you're ready to get into the review, but I just wanted to stop and tell you that I have a podcast out now. It's called Circles of Trust, and it's with my homeboy Connor, and it's awesome. All we do is we talk about stuff that we like, we don't like, we're feeling different about, and as far as movies, pop culture, video games, you name it, we're probably going to have it on the channel. And every now and then we'll have some special guests that'll come through and give their point of view on certain things. So link is going to be down in the description. So thank you for listening to this, and we're going to get on with the video. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Unscripted Review. I'm your host, DV, and today we're going to take a look at some movies on Shudder. And Shudder is one of my favorite streaming services, so I'm on here a lot. So these are just some of the movies that I've come across that I've figured I should do a review on. So the first one we're going to talk about is Vicious Fun. And Vicious Fun, well, first off, we'll start with what to expect from Vicious Fun. So that should be located over here. And while you take a look at that, you can listen to me. So this movie completely starts off with it's like a weird looking dude. He is like gathering up tools. Looks like he's gonna do some killing of some sort. So he's in like this seedy looking hotel. He leaves, he gets in a car, and he happens to see a lady in the phone booth. So he's like, So he drives by to pick her up. And she gets in the car, and you're like, this seems weird. He's gonna end up killing this chick. So he get ready, he's has that weird look on his face. He's like he's about to go in for the kill, and then all of a sudden she kills him, and it's like, oh snap, we about to start off with something dope. So it goes from there, and then we're introduced to the protagonist, and the protagonist, his name is Joel, and he is a movie critic. Now this movie takes place in the 80s, so he is mainly critiquing a lot of the 80s horror slasher movies. So he's talking to one of these producers, and the producer is, like they're conducting an interview. So the producer has like one of those movies on the screen, and he's talking about it, giving him suggestions. And what they're doing is they're setting up the fact that Joel is kind of a nerd and a loser all at the same time. So the director kind of the producer kind of brushes him off, and they move on. So you get a good image of what Joel's personality is. So they show Joel at home, and he lives with a chick, his roommate, but he is madly in love with this roommate. And he's like super nice, wanting to hang out with her and stuff, but she's like, I think of you just like a brother. But from that point on, Joel goes to a bar, he gets drunk, next thing you know, he's in a secret meeting with serial killers. Now, I didn't give too much away. That's literally like the first 10 minutes of the movie. The rest of it is absolutely insane. It's great. So as I scroll through my notes here, just make sure I'm on track. So once you hit that point, that's the meat of the story. Like, that is it. Once you get to that meeting, that little secret meeting that he stumbles upon, that's when everything hits the fan, and it is awesome. It is balls to the wall, hilarious, violent. It is just, it's perfection. So all in all, I like the characters. I like the serial killers. The serial killers are actually pretty funny. The serial killers are cool. The two main protagonists are cool. The premise is actually cool. I've seen a ton of movies. I don't think I've seen one quite like this one with this type of setup. They have tropes that happen in horror movies and thrillers and, like teen dramas. Of course, you're going to have tropes everywhere. There's so many movies out there. You're bound to repeat some type of story elements. So there are some tropes in here, but all in all, it is fantastic. Well executed. It's funny. It's violent. It's, has some funny quips. It's good stuff. So it's definitely definitely something that I would recommend. And it looks like they're going to set it up for a sequel too. Like the way it ends, it looks like they kind of set this thing up for a sequel. So hopefully that comes to Shudder so we can all watch it. But I'd highly recommend this movie. And Unscripted Review's final grade is an A. So highly recommend it. Definitely worth your time. I think it's like an hour and 40 some minutes. So it's definitely worth taking 2 hours of your day. You'll enjoy it. Trust me. Highly recommend it. All right, so the next movie that we're going to talk about, The Seed. Now, this is also on Shudder. Like I said, it's a Shudder exclusive. So this movie, okay, so first off, we're going to look over here and you're going to see what to expect. So these are the things that you should expect out of this movie as far as like sex and nudity, cussing and all that stuff. So just full content warning, so you can check that out. So this particular movie opens up with 3 chicks in a car driving like on a desert road. They're going to stay at this like big fancy house. So this particular house is owned, well, her dad, one of the, I guess you can call them protagonists, is owned by one of the protagonists. Her dad owns the place and she's gonna stay out there with her friends. And they're gonna do some vlogging and, you know, do the hot girl summer stuff, you know, stuff that the thoughts do, you know, that type of thing. Get the likes and the views by taking photos by the pool, you know, bathing suits and all that stuff. So they go out there not only to do that, but there is a once in a lifetime meteor shower that's supposed to happen. And that meteor shower is gonna get a great view from where they're going to be. So they're all excited so they can get that on the live stream, get everybody watching it, you know, the typical YouTuber, vlogger, Instagram type stuff, typical things. So they have like it opens up with those girls getting to the house, and they have a scene where I guess like the main hot girl, she is doing a live stream and she's introducing, like it's set up so that us, the audience, gets the exposition about each person, but it's set up like they are doing a little vlog, and like she's doing a little live stream vlog thing, and we get to know a little bit about each character just so we can set, you know, their behaviors. Like we know this person should act like this person. It's fine. I don't mind it. You know, you got to throw it in there somehow. So once we get that, they show the girls at the pool. And believe it or not, it's a lot of dialogue in this movie for a horror film. I mean, it's low budget, so obviously they're not going to, you know, a lot of the time is filled up with talking instead of like special effects or showing gore effects the whole time because it gets expensive. So I understand they're building up characters, but I feel like some of these scenes go a little bit too long. But anyway. They are sitting at the pool talking trash. You get a little bit more exposition about each person. And then they cut to the nighttime. Nighttime is when it's supposed to pop off, when you're supposed to get the meteor shower. So they're getting ready. They're all in their like nice outfits and they're about to frame it up so that they can see this meteor shower. And then they do get the meteor shower. They do get the meteor shower. And once the meteor shower happens, that's when everything goes down. So this movie, I don't know, it's slow at parts. Like the beginning, like maybe the first 2 acts are like actually kind of slow. It's a lot of talking and a lot of weird stuff that, you know, the scenes just kind of drag on. by the time you get to the third act, when all the crazy stuff happens, it's kind of like, yeah, but you're staying too long on this one thing. We want to see what's happening, and we can see it build up. But there's a difference between letting it build up for a big payoff or letting it build up because you're either trying to pad the runtime or your budget is like, we need to keep talking because we don't have enough we can't do a lot of screen time for all the crazy stuff that happens. It just, I don't know. I didn't turn, it's not like I turned it off or anything, but it was moments where I'm like, oh, I wish they would just please just hurry up to get through it. And that third act, it is so ridiculous. And it's, I don't know, it just seems like crazy, but not in a like, yes, crazy. It's more like a, like, what the hell? What is going on right now? And the ending was like, I kind of see that coming a mile away just because of how they set some other stuff up in the movie. But I don't know. I would say this. I don't know if I fully recommend this movie. Some people may like it. I'm pretty sure most people are just like, meh, and then the rest just won't like it at all. I'm in the, it's kind of like, eh. So, Unscripted Review gives it a final grade of a C. So it's kind of middle of the road. There were some things that I did like about it. Like, I do like the premise. I like how they, what the entire premise of the movie is actually not bad. And I'm seeing movies like this, of course, but I do like what could happen. What actually happened is kind of like, oh, well, all right. And none of the girls actually were were likable. Even the one that they wanted you to like the nerdy Miss Goody Two Shoes character, she wasn't. I didn't even care for her. So, like, I didn't care if anybody made it out alive or not. Like, they could have all died and they would be like, oh, okay, cool. The Seed, that's my dude. But I don't know. This movie definitely gets a C. It's middle of the road. Didn't do anything super great, and then it didn't do anything that was like overtly terrible. So just kind of middle of the road. Yeah, so that's it for those two movies. So that's Vicious Fun and The Seed. So if you have Shudder, if you subscribe to Shudder, I suggest that you at least check out Vicious Fun. Vicious Fun is top notch. So I had a lot of fun with it. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Everybody stay safe out there. Check me out on Instagram. Check me out on my podcast, Circles of Trust, all that stuff. Shout out to my man Connor. He's my co-host. Check us out there. Link's going to be in the description. Everybody stay safe out there. Peace.